What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So, gotta talk about what happened at the end of Monday Night Raw. Now, normally I give my, review on, my favorite parts of the show. I didn't do that last night. One, I was chilling with Tristan, and two, there wasn't really much to talk about outside of the Jay and Gunther interaction and Jay making it official that he will be challenging Gunther after Gunther attacked him during his entrance when he was yeeting with everyone. I thought that was pretty cool. CM Punk kind of calling out the other contestants in the Elimination Chamber, definitely sending some shots directly at John Cena, so thought that was pretty interesting. And there was some pretty good solid matches. The Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul match was pretty fire, but Logan Paul has advanced into the Elimination Chamber. Bayley ended up beating Lyra, and now she's advancing into the Elimination Chamber. So it wasn't really much going on this show, in my personal opinion, so that's why I didn't make a video. But I did want to make a video about how the show ended and how I'm not a big fan of what they did there. So, show ends with Logan, pretty much walking back down the ramp. He's pretty happy he got the win. I think a lot of us expected that. And then all of a sudden, Rey Mysterio gets attacked by the New Day. And as this is happening, the credits are rolling and boom, they cut mid-attack. Now, they show the full attack on their socials. They show it on Twitter. I'm sure it's on their YouTube and probably on their Instagram. And I seen the clip, and it was a nice, brutal crash out. You love to see it from the heel New Day. They were attacking Rey Mysterio. Then Dragon Lee comes out there, but you know how that goes. Dragon Lee was only so effective, and he ended up getting packed up for his troubles. And they ended up, I want to say Xavier ends up picking up a steel chair and hitting Rey Mysterio's leg and knee area with the steel chair on the steel post. Nice brutal attack. We know how bad Rey's knees are, and there was a whole bunch of officials out there, crowd chanting New Day suck, whole bunch of boos. You love to see it. I would have loved to have seen that live on the show. Now, I mentioned this on Twitter, and someone had responded. They said there's the reason why they probably showed it exclusively on social media is to get their impressions up. It's going to get a lot of views, and people are going to be checking it out. And then they'll just roll it out at the beginning of next week on Raw as a recap of what happened when the show went off the air. And that's how they're probably going to do it, which most likely that's what they're going to do. That's what they did so far. And they were just pointing out that's really probably what they planned on doing from the jump. Here's the thing about that. I think you can get the same effect without doing that, in a sense of, yes, you can still post a clip. I mean, everyone was going to talk about it. That would have been a great way to end off the show with a nice crash out. People would have talked about it regardless. People would have reposted it regardless. But doing that to get some social media impressions, when I feel like that's not even something that they need to necessarily do, when they can get that regardless whether they show the clip. They show the footage actually on the show for everyone that was watching. They're still going to get a lot of impressions. People are still going to want to talk about it. But the way it cut off, it just cut off mid, attack. It just comes off like y'all didn't have enough time. And then it leaves a sour taste in the people that are watching. It leaves a sour taste in them out there like, yo, what the hell? We're expecting Netflix to have no time constraints. That's what we've been told. But then it looked like they ran out of time. And once again, it's all a social media tactic to get people to flood to their social medias. But, I mean, people were going to do that even if you would have just put it on the show. I feel like the people, obviously, they're paying for Netflix, and Netflix plan on going up, I think, later on this year. I'm not sure on the price, the monthly subscription. I think people that are paying, and there are a lot of people that only got Netflix because of WWE. Let's be honest here. There are some people, we have some in our chat on the Clutch Squad, that said they only got it because they wanted to watch Monday Night Raw since it's not going to be on television. So you telling people that bought it, hey, You know what I'm saying? There's no time constraints. We can run as long as we need to, whatever we need to. There's nothing we have to worry about when it comes to time. And then finally, we get that opportunity, and then a pretty interesting angle with the New Day and what they've been doing. You just cut it because you want to post it on social media and get that social media buzz when you was gonna get it regardless whether you did it or not. That's to me, I'm not a big fan of that. And it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I didn't like that. I don't want them to get into the habit of, well, we can go ahead and cut it short so we can post it on social media. I think they ran shorter this week than they did last week. Usually they do like a 2 hour and 30-minute show. I can live with that. They went under the time that they normally would. So it was really confusing. In my opinion, I just think that if they have that opportunity to be able to put out a show for whatever time, I think they should do it. And then you can get the clips afterwards. Now, granted, I don't know how they format it. I don't know if they tell Netflix, hey, give us this time from here to here. But I feel like if there should be, if they do it that way, there should be at least some time for overrun on whatever story you're trying to tell. I get it, they're not trying to have people out there, all night, but at the same time, it's just one of those things. I think it would have been an easy fix to, hey, can we go over, 2 hours and 45 minutes? I'm okay with a Raw that fluctuate with a runtime if you're trying to, whatever story you're trying to tell. And this is those moments where I feel like this would have been perfect. So I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that. I hope they don't go for it with doing that, but I can see them in certain scenarios. Hey, let's just go ahead and cut the show short, make some clips, and then post it to our socials because people are going to want to see what happened. It's a good business tactic. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't think it's necessary to do. And when you really think about it, because people are going to still talk about it and people are going to still, reclip it up and react to it or whatever the case, like regardless. People were going to do that probably live when it happened on the show rather than we got to wait for WWE to post it. Because I've seen a lot of people, they were just kind of confused with the ending. They didn't like the ending because they're like, bro, we wanted to see that. Why they cut it short? So that's just my personal opinion on it. Is it a big deal? No, it's not a big deal, but I will say I can see a lot of people not liking that because of the idea of Netflix having no time constraints, and then y'all force a time constraint to post the clips to social media. I can understand why people, including myself, would not be a big fan of that. Hopefully that's not something that they continue to do, but I can see them doing it at certain points to, boost up the numbers on their socials, which I honestly think their socials are doing fantastic as it is right now. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on it. I didn't like it. I did love the crash out. Looking forward to seeing more heel New Day interactions with other people in the locker room, but I was not happy with the execution, and hopefully that's not an ongoing thing going forward. So comment down below. Let me know, how did y'all feel about that whole crash out segment with the New Day going in on Rey Mysterio being cut purposely just mid attack? How did y'all feel about that? Were y'all, did it bother you, or was it not a big deal to you? Y'all let me know how y'all felt about it. Do you guys like the whole cliffhanger aspect of something happening, then they show the rest of it on social media so you can go check out their socials? Do you care for that, or you're not a big fan of that? Let me know down below. But I appreciate all love, support. Roll to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking with me. See you on the next one. Peace.